Northwest Lower Michigan. My name is Megan Floyd, and I am the new pastor at Faith Lutheran Church in Okemos. I was asked what my favorite gospel story is, and I think it might just be the woman at the well from John chapter 4. I love it because this is a woman who is struggling with life. She was not successful by the measures of her time, and yet she is the person that Jesus seeks out to be his first witness, the first preacher of his truth, that Jesus is God. It's so beautifully unexpected. Jesus is a Jewish man, and he tells his disciples that they have to go through Samaria. They don't know why. They could have gone around. But Jesus needed to find her. He needed to find a witness that could break down barriers, and in that regard, she was abundantly successful. By her witness, she converted her whole town. By sharing her truth and sharing her experience of meeting the living God, she changed lives. Jesus shared his truth with what his disciples might have thought was the wrong sort of person, showing them and us that his love is truly for the whole world. So that's my favorite, or at least one of my favorite stories.
Hi, my name is John Nicketh, and I began my call as the new senior pastor at Trinity in Grand Rapids back in October. And I'm thrilled to be joining you here in ministry in Michigan after 16 years in the New England Synod. Choosing a favorite gospel story is sort of like choosing a favorite hymn, impossible, but I'd probably have to go with Mary anointing Jesus' feet with that costly perfume, in part because it's such a vulnerable and intimate moment where Jesus' humanity is so clearly seen, but also because it captures the extravagant and even seemingly wasteful nature of grace, the grace that Jesus would soon pour out on the cross and which will never, ever compute with the record-keeping ways of this world. What makes the gospel radical for me is that it will never make sense, and it will never be safe. It can only be received for what it is, a total and complete gift.
Hi, I'm Bridget Waitley. I am serving at Peace Lutheran Church in Sparta, Michigan. My favorite gospel story is the story of Jesus appearing to Mary Magdalene after the resurrection from the Gospel of John. I find this story particularly meaningful because it's an example of Mary Magdalene being the first to preach the gospel of the risen Christ when she goes to the other disciples to tell them that Jesus has risen. I always found her very admirable in her faithfulness, even when no one else seemed to be faithful.